room is old. It's leaking like a sieve, and because of
And
new
we are
regulations,
live.
Hi.
the stairwell and the door won't line up anymore.
Oh no.
I can't fix it.
I mean, were you supposed to fix it, or was someone else supposed to fix it for you?
No. It's changing regulations, and anyway,
Ah,
it's as I say, first world
it's a
problem.
thing. Yeah, yeah,
It's
First
okay.
world problems.
indeed.
As
Problems.
opposed to problems in our circus world, which are a whole different thing.
Okay,
Uh,
so there's audio on the stream, and I'm not muted.
this is true.
Uh, hello, everyone. Uh, Thank you for joining us. Uh, we're back after a small break uh, due to some health issues on my part. I won't get into it, but let's just say, thankfully, things are good and getting better. So, uh, uh, if I have some issues speaking, again, that is a result of my recent health issues. So please bear with me. I have been getting better, so it shouldn't be too much of an inconvenience. Um, there may be some unexpected stutters or pauses while I'm saying things or disseminating information. So, again, please bear with me. Um, so, where were we last time? You guys were in the great library in the Moonstone Hall. Um, you had found some things.
We saw a ghost.
Uh, Found a poltergeist. It wasn't really a ghost.
The difference.
Poltergeists can be malicious.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Ghosts are usually relegated to hauntings, and they can be dealt with differently. A poltergeist has to be physically interacted with to get rid of it.
Hmm. Good to know.
Well, I
Is
don't.
this episode 48 for us?
Yes, it is. That's why I marked.
Okay, all
That's why
right.
I
I'm
marked
just
down.
I'm just kind of checking my notes because I know we had talked about taking a long rest so that we could actually be able to refresh everything and have our level
Uh,
7
I believe
stuff
we've
at our
done that.
disposal. And yeah, my notes kind of indicate that we did that, but just double checking.
And
Didn't we
it.
take a we take a long rest at above the staircase or at
Yeah,
the
well,
At
staircase?
the
yeah,
bottom of the staircase.
Yeah.
Bottom of the
yeah.
Yeah.
staircase.
Yeah, my notes say we are able to get an undisturbed long rest in the stairwell.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that was
Also,
it, right? Okay,
yeah. If you
fabulous.
haven't done so already, reset your hero points to 1.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
All right. And
But we did have an encounter, right?
you had an encounter with some stuff in the library, and um, you guys fought them, and you guys were able to beat them back.
Right. Okay. Because I am down a few hit points, and I'm
Yep.
thinking, and that's what confused me. But yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
there were beings in the library already. You were asked to dispose of them, and so some of you guys have been injured, and you had an encounter with the poltergeist called Uthladar, who was, from what he has told you, the architect and former, original high priest of this temple.
hmm. Let's see. We found a book called The Deeds of Paradin,
Yep.
Yep.
and we have an excerpt from that.
Mm-hmm.
We found another book. Not sure which one was that. I'm sure I'll figure it out later. But yeah,
Yeah.
we spent maybe an hour or two actually going through this library. Shathra, not wanting to read books. Um,
Nope, she is
uh,
not a reader.
nope.
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 And I think we were deciding on which door we were gonna go through, back into the hallway or up through this one.
Yep. And before that happens, give me some time here. I was fixing cameras because one of our castmates is MIA. She has a really crappy work schedule, and I think she is either recuperating from that or currently indisposed by work and wasn't able to contact us. So it is.
Um.
Yes.
Oh, now I see
Oh,
the extra it's talking about on my thing.
yeah. I also have a note further to what Cantrell was saying. The high throne is a, and I have a note something about a verdant beacon. More information is to be gained from the moonstone pools.
Yep. You guys have not inspected any of the moonstone pools. You were um, informed via vision as to what they are. Um, However, none of you have figured out prior to that and prior to being in the library how to access them or what they even were. As far as you were concerned, they were just some um, religious um, locations within the temple, and you only have seen one, and you cleansed it using a ritual, um, but you didn't do anything other than that.
But we did see an image of a cleric kneeling before a pool wearing a diadem.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a bunch of hints there.
All right. So while you guys are um, deciding to figure out what you're doing, um, the room becomes a little hazy. Um, and
This is the library, right?
yes,
Okay.
and music starts playing. And as the haze relinquishes from your eyes, sitting on a ball in the center of the library is a very familiar raccoon friend of yours. At least you think he's a friend.
He gives us presents.
Well, he has in the past.
And he appears and waves to you all happily.
Good photo.
And he tips his little clown hat while he's spinning his plates. Um, and then you guys sense your insides feeling a bit irpy, like you're being moved forcibly to some other location.
Uh,
And the world kind of melts away from you. when you when your vision clears, um, you find yourself in what seems to be a sunroom of some kind. And when you look out of the windows of the sunroom, you're someplace where it's snowy and arctic. Um, Snow covered trees, snow covered hills as far as you can see. No other signs of civilization. Um, and the raccoon sheds his more entertainer like visage and is dressed in some garb of red and white. Um, Very warm looking, although the temperature in here, despite how cold it seems outside, is very pleasant. Um, he goes through a door and beckons you all to follow him.
Looks to the group, looks to the coon, looks to the group, looks
You
to the
already see me
coon.
going.
Okay, here we go.
Ash and I
All
are
right.
trotting along.
So
What kind of
you
mess are we getting into now?
so you get into this hall, and um, it's a bustle with activity. Um, the other occupants of this mansion seem to be kobolds.
Oh no, it's not those kobolds from the Christmas one shot, is it?
Thinking.
And a lot of them are walking to and fro, some of them with colorful packages and things of that nature. And they bow respectfully to the raccoon as he is walking along this long hallway um, to some grand double doors. Um, they're some sort of dark oak or mahogany with um, silver inlays, or what you think to be silver. It's a bright metal, um, and the door seems to have a picture of a ornamented tree on it. And he taps the door, and the door opens up, and it opens into a very lush and ornate um, office slash workshop of some kind. There's workbenches and things of that nature, and a very large and cozy looking fireplace off to one side, um, with the rugs and things of that nature. Very few chairs. It seems like um, uh, this room, the more non work areas, are meant more for lounging in comfort than anything else. Um, and as you enter in there, you do follow him in, correct?
Correct.
He goes behind this large desk that's way too big for him. It's at least twice his size, and he disappears behind it. And you hear some, like, scratching and clawing, and soon he, like, climbs up into like this ornate chair that's behind the desk, um, and he is obviously sitting on like a couple of boxes, um, so that way he can be seen over the 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 table, the desk, and um, just before he's about to address you, um, a pink and white goblin, um, I'm sorry, a kobold comes into the room, and with a very high pitched and sweet voice, offers you all um, tea and cookies and
Ooh.
candy in the form of um, different types of peppermint.
Well, thank you. Um, I'll gladly partake in that.
Oh, thank you. And she'll take it. Do you happen to have any dog biscuits?
She reaches into this apron she has, and her hands reach in past what should be the bottom of the pocket, and she
All right.
rummages around, and she pulls out this um, like striped multicolor like milk bone biscuit, um, and she holds it out for Ash because she presumes it's for her.
Oh no, that's for me. Oh, just
No, that's what people are talking about.
I'll take the tea and cookies and thank the goblin.
The kobold. Sorry,
Looks
I say
delicious.
goblin by accident. Um,
They're kobold.
yeah, kobolds, kobolds.
so
They're like
she looks to Shrathra, and she goes to she points it at Ash, and Ash is like, you know, you know, is asking, can she have, the treat,
Yeah.
and she like bites into it, and it 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 she can't devour it instantly. It's more it's like a candy rawhide.
Oh
Oh,
wow,
oh, okay, got it.
that'll last a while.
Yeah, that'll
So
last her a bit.
yeah, so she stops talking, and she's just like, just chomping on this thing, you know, and her tail is wagging furiously. And with a giggle, the little cobalt, bows to you all and says, "Good day." And she looks at the raccoon, and um, she says, "Everything is proceeding according to plan, sir. You have to do a final inspection in 2 weeks." And the raccoon looks over at her and nods his head, and then, you know, she leaves and closes the door behind her. Well, she doesn't close the door behind her. The doors close as she leaves the room. Um, and the raccoon looks at you all, and he claps his hands together, and he rubs them, you know, um, and then he pulls open a drawer on his desk, and he pulls out like two boxes, and he puts them on top of his desk, and then he closes the drawer, and one of the boxes has question marks on it, and the other box has butterflies on it. And he waves his fingers, and a cupcake appears on top of each of the boxes. And then he basically floats them over. One box lands in front of Gwennon, and one box lands in front of Shothra. And in your head, you hear um, like a happy birthday. Um, it's it's a jovial sounding voice. Um, it sounds much deeper than what you would expect if it is the raccoon talking to you. It's boomy, and it has a slight echo to it. Um, you think this is just how it communicates to people um, outside of being able to speak. You've never heard it actually say anything other than, you know, talk and actually no, you've never heard it talk. Um, Although he looks at Shathra and he goes, I think you're the only one who can actually understand me.
Yeah, I can.
And everyone else just hears like raccoon chitters.
Mhm.
Um, and it just looks at Shathra and it goes, Happy birthday.
Thank
Um,
you.
uh, these are just like the cupcakes before that you've received from me for other celebrations. Um, though these are just for you and her. Um, and there's the gift. You should enjoy these. Um, Once you open the box, you'll have a choice to go back to where you were or to go back to your circus. I leave that decision to you. Um, and then he looks at Shima and she looks kind of irpy and like, kind of out of it. Hmm, your cat friend doesn't look too well. Um, I'm gonna send her back to the circus because I don't think she'll be of much help to you um, where that other place is. Um, if you decide to go back there, um, she won't be there, but she'll be at the circus safe and sound. Um, you don't have to worry about that. And when she feels better, um, I'll send her back to you.
Okay.
And when he does that, like in like a poof of confetti and sprinkles and sparkles, like Shima disappears.
She's okay. He teleported her back to the circus.
Thinks back to all the times the raccoon disappeared in sparkles and glitter and confetti. I was like, that checks.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
Um, and then he tells you, all right, open your gifts.
So
I picked up the cupcake and put it aside and just start tearing up the box.
Kind of looks at Gwen and is like, go for it.
I'll put the cupcake aside and I will, as I have done in the past, very carefully unwrap the box, trying to save the paper.
Yes.
So while
This is
Gwen,
my mind has question marks on it.
so so while Gwennon is carefully and surgically removing the wrapping from her gift, we'll go with Shatha.
Folding a little bits of sticky tape under so that they don't stick to anything else.
Yep. So you rip open um, the box and you look inside and there's a honeycomb and a collar.
Oh, all right.
You guys know where I'm gonna be teleported back to, right?
Oh, I know where one of you is thinking of.
So you pick up. Are you going to touch the honeycomb and the collar?
I'm gonna pick up the collar. I don't know if the honey is like if the honeycomb is leaking honey, but
No,
better not.
it seems like um you know how have you ever used the honey dipper?
Yeah.
You know how the honey dipper looks like um it looks like a solid, you know,
A
covering
solid
of honey,
chunk.
solid chunk of
Yeah.
honey. So the honeycomb looks like that. It doesn't seem like any of the honey is dripping out of it. Um,
Okay.
so you you pick up the collar and it doesn't seem very big. Um,
Oh.
You pick up the collar, and in your mind, you know that whatever you put the collar on, any beast that is under your control or is um, tamed by you, um, you can, with a command word, change the collar into barding.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh no.
But I'm
Wow.
prepared.
Here we go. Bardolph is
Bardos.
charging into battle.
And in your mind, you you have a feeling that the name of the collar is um, called the Beast Tamer's Loop. Um, so, what it allows for you to do, as in addition to um, whichever animal you choose to put it on, um, to have barding, um, you're able to also, because as a beast tamer, you're only allowed to have one animal companion with you safely. Um, when you
Oh.
when you use the collar to bring whoever's wearing the collar to you, um, any other animal companion that is in your vicinity is teleported back to the circus,
Oh, that's cool.
and vice
So it's
versa.
like a safe switch.
Yes.
Okay. It's better than the bottle necklace thing I had.
So it gives barding to the animal, and I can swap it with any other animal I tamed.
Yep. It has another function, but you can't see or feel what it is. Um, you're you you know it offers protection of some kind. You don't know specifically yet what type of barding the animal will get, but you do know that it does offer some sort of protection. Um, and there is another ability that is there, and you can feel it, but you can't ascertain as to what it is currently.
Okay, I'll
As
put hidden ability
as
question mark.
as for the honeycomb, um, any beast you feed it to automatically gains a +2 reputation with you.
I know who I'm feeding it to.
How
And
many servings does it have?
it's only the one. It's like it's like the size of a large cookie, but it's
This
in
is a
but
this is a large cookie.
but it but it's a honeycomb.
I'm just saying, we all know who that's going to.
Mm.
Oh yeah. It's a long time coming, so honestly.
It's a long time coming.
So Glennon, after you've meticulously peeled off your um, your wrapping, and you open up the box, um, in the box you see a star knife that looks surprisingly like your star knife.
I check to see if I still have my star knife.
No, you don't.
Oh.
Oh, this is a
Hmm.
new spin on regifting. What's going on here?
You,
I pick up the star knife and look it over carefully.
So you pick up the star knife and you feel as a weapon it is the same as it was before. Um, However, now you feel that um, at your command, um, you can be outfitted in a specialty outfit. Um, you don't know what it is currently because you're not wearing it. Um, but you do know that if you're wearing the outfit, you can now gain access to, and this is only while the star knife is in your possession, either wielded or stowed. Um, the star knife now itself gains some extra abilities, but because you're not wearing the outfit, you can't really tell.
Okay. So I am going to re-equip my star knife.
Okay? Just equipping it doesn't do anything. You have to say the command word that's in your mind.
Okay. I will do that then. But do like how do I know? Do I know the command word? Do I feel I can make up a command word?
It's the elvish word for butterfly.
Okay. I would need to, are you able to tell me what that is?
I know it's out there somewhere, but that's what it
Okay,
is.
I will I would know that though, right?
Yep, because
So I will speak the elvish word for butterfly.
so when you do
Now, do I
that
have to speak it aloud or just think it?
in your mind or aloud, command
Okay.
words are either or.
Okay, speak, think, and I will look that up because that's too cool.
Um, so you hold the star knife in your hand, and you say, anyone who knows Elven hears her say butterfly in Elven. Um, and your garb changes. So what you're wearing melts and is replaced with this skin tight
Ooh.
leotard.
Ooh.
Um, it is so the shoes and the leotard and everything are one.
So I'm
Um,
wearing a onesie.
you're wearing a full body leotard. Um,
Okay.
any advantages your equipment gave you is still active. So um, imagine if this is a glamour plate in Final Fantasy 14.
Sure.
The
Yep, got it.
the armor you were wearing before activating this garb um, activates, and the way it looks is it's different shades and hues of purple and lavender, and there are multi-sized butterflies strewn throughout the outfit. And the back of it, there is an intricate mesh design in the shape of butterfly wings.
Okay. I am going to think the elvish word for flight, just on the off chance.
So when you do that, um, the pattern on your back expands, and you basically have these giant butterfly wings. Well, proportionate to a person. and you're able to fly within this room as per the fly spell. However, you've exhausted one charge of your ability to do so, and you're only allowed two per day.
No, it was worth it.
The charges replenish themselves during the moonrise, not the sunrise, the moonrise.
Oh, that's different. So it replenishes at night.
There's there's reasons behind that, and hopefully she knows why.
Yeah, makes sense. It makes sense to Gwennet for sure. Yes.
So while you're in the air and you're flying, um, about um, you feel an enhancement to your juggling abilities. While the suit is active, meaning it's being worn by you, you have access to the focused juggler feat, the quick juggler feat, and the reflexive catch feat.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Focus juggler feet. Uh, reflex action.
Reflexive catch.
Reflexive catch. Sorry, reflexive catch. Just a second. I can't write this fast. Reflexive catch. Juggler feet. And I'm sorry, I missed the middle one.
Quick juggler.
The quick juggler. Wow. Holy smokes.
Now, these are only active while you're in the juggler's regalia.
But I don't have to have flight engaged.
No.
But can you imagine a flying juggler?
That would be kind of cool, though. You should totally implement that in the performance.
Mm.
I'm just wondering how Jathal's gonna fit into that juggle now.
What if she like lifts him up?
Well, I don't
She still
think
has
that
to have.
think that's pushing.
She still has to have the strength to be able to hold
Oh,
and
well,
lift
yeah.
Jathal.
But
It
mean,
doesn't affect her stats.
Yeah, if it's a
We-
fly
we-
spell, it ain't gonna be
Yeah.
pretty. If she
we
tries.
hadn't really gotten very far on the working together on an act anyway. You know, that hadn't really happened. So, but I'm sure, with everything that I've added to my act already, with even just these extra feats, it's going to make things. I'll have to read up on it and see what the total implication is for the circus performance, but I think it's going to be pretty cool.
I will tell you now the number of items you can juggle is increased from 3 to 5 because
Nice.
of 2 of the feats.
I'd still have to make all the rolls for that though, right?
If depending on what you're doing, if it's attacking or performing, it does not affect the rolls. You still have to make those rolls.
Yeah.
The +1 to your maximum number of items juggled is just inherent to the feats themselves, and it only gets added to that when you're juggling. So
Okay. Gwenin is just ecstatic. She runs over and tries to give the raccoon a hug.
yeah, he lets you hug him. it's
Is he little enough I can pick him up and spin him around a bit? Because I can just see one
uh
doing that.
yeah, you can. He has a small look of concern and discomfort, but he knows you don't mean anything hostile by it. You're just overly excited.
Yeah, yeah. So I would do all of that.
And I don't want to say squeaks. I'm not sure what you call the sound a raccoon makes.
a
Barks,
faint scream of
warbles,
alarm, perhaps.
warbles. It's like he's caught unawares of you doing the thing. So he's yeah. But
Oh
yeah,
wow.
I presume you do eventually put him down.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Just sort of, the way you would pick somebody up for a hug and swing them around once if they were smaller than you and put them down.
There is another ability that seems to be tied to this regalia, but you don't know what it is just yet. Like you can't feel it. Um, like there's something there, but you're not sure what it is. It just like how with Shathra, it seems uh, just out of reach. Um, Maybe because you haven't done something in particular yet. So, um, it's not, you're not sure what it is. But there's something else that the regalia can do while it's active. You're just a little bit unsure as to what it is.
Okay. So now I've said the word to basically put this garb on. Can I just stay in this garb, or do I say another word and
If
I
you
go back to my robes, or
like once you land or the the spell duration for flight wears off, um, you land and it turns back to the mesh on your back. If you want to, there's no time limit like with Shatha. I mean, Shatha wears her outfit all the time, but that's because it has the special abilities that are only active while she has the outfit on.
yeah. There might be times when it is advantageous not to be wearing it. How would I dispel it?
Same thing. You say butterfly in Elvish.
Butterfly and Elvish to armor
Yep.
dispel. Okay.
The
Yeah.
command word will activate or deactivate it.
Because with the whole thing about skulking around and avoiding Mistress Stealth's light, and also perhaps for effect in a circus performance, it would be nice to have it just poof into place. Yeah. Okay. I will look up those Elvish words so I have them for the future for flavor when we're uh, role playing.
What was the command word for my beast tamers loop?
Uh, oh, the loop for
Yeah.
um, um, sorry, my camera seems to be flickering for some reason. I don't know why. Um, I don't know if it's my. I think it's just my monitor. That's just weird. I hope my video card is done dying. I can't afford to replace it. Please don't be dying. Um, the command
My
word.
monitors will flicker every once in a while, but not like consistently.
The command word for the collar is. You know what? I'll let you come up with it because it's the Beast Tamer's collar. So, whatever command you want to use for using it, just like how commanding beasts is unique to all different tamers. Your
What's the
command word
dwarven
is
word
unique.
for friend? Belrock.
So I'll let you marinate on that. Um, so the raccoon, now that it's back in his chair on his boxes, it claps its hands, and it goes. It basically says, I'm done. Um, doing what I need to do. Um, it looks at Shothra because Shothra is the one that can understand him, so he doesn't have to basically talk in your head. Um, is you just think about where you want to go, and you'll go there. Um, but you all have to think about going to the same place.
Uh, she's gonna turn around to the group. So we have to think about where we want to go, and I think you both know where I want to go, which is back to the circus, so I can give this to Bardolph.
I think it might be a good time to do that. And also we can check in and see how uh Shima's doing.
That's fair.
Does that work for you, Cantrell? I really would like to see what Bardolph thinks of him.
Okay, but the next time we go through that one room, Shothra, you're taking point. I don't care if you get picked up and thrown into the fire. We can actually help you. Poor
Worth
Jafal
it.
is still scarred a little bit from the last time. All right, we're going
Unless,
back.
well,
Hmm?
would the
Well,
raccoon, uh, Shathra, ask the raccoon, if we go back to the circus, would he then consider putting us back to where we were before if we do that, or do we have to make our way back through everything?
He just like, while you're like when you're gonna start asking the question, he just tells you no. You can go
oh,
back to where you were, or you can go back to the circus.
oh, he says no.
Mm.
Well,
I
here,
mean,
here's the thing. What we'll do if we have to, if worst comes to worst, and that stupid stone statue put itself back together, and I take point, and he tries to smear me into his fire thing, just hold on to this for me, and she'll give Cantrell the cupcake, and then just smush that in my mouth if I die. That way, that doesn't get charred with me.
best will and testaments. Also, hi, Kitra.
Oh,
Sorry.
I'm sitting here going, last will and testament, shove cake down my throat. Mm.
so the cameras are gonna be off. So let's just finish this, and we'll take a break while I fix the cameras because
Yep.
it's close to that
We'll,
time.
we'll we'll go back to the circus so we can pick up Shima.
I still
Yep.
vote the circus. I think
Circus
it would
status,
be
we have to
too
pick up
much
Shimmer
fun.
too, yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Uh,
also really want Bardolph.
you you you
Hey, we
were
could take Bardolph with us maybe, and that would be a big help.
you were
Trust me, I'm hoping I can take Bardolph with me.
you were not looking so hot, Shima, because you weren't here. So the raccoon poofed you back to the circus.
Okay.
And we're going back that way so I can pick up Bardolph because I have a present for him.
Ooh.
Because that came with the raccoon. Oh, before we leave, she's gonna look back at the raccoon. Are you happen to be Santa Claus?
He looks at you and he goes, uh, no. And he's like, I'm a raccoon.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, Raccoon.
Thank you, raccoon.
And
Thank you
he
so very much.
and he nods with his little red and white pointy hat. And you think about the circus, and you, in a explosion of, you know, confetti and streamers and stuff, you appear at the campfire of the circus.
Hold on. Maybe. There we go. I just learned that I could do that. Yay.
So yeah, you you poof, scare the crap out of, everyone goes, you too, what the hell's going on? And they're everyone's like, what kind of magic is that? It's
We'll
and then
explain later. Out of my way, I'm going to see a bear.
Chantel just kind of pinches his nose.
so
Okay.
so wow. So you appear in an explosion of colorful stuff, and Shothra runs off to Bardolph's camper. We're going to we're going to take a break while we get cameras ready, and I fix the scenes. All right, we'll see you guys in a little bit.
Ciao for now.
I need to get the stats from you on that cupcakes too, if you have them.
I think this is like
on level.
full.
Villia.
And we are live.
Oh,
That would be Vilwarren.
Vilvarn?
Vilwarren.
Vilwarren. Okay.
Yeah, it's either that or Vilvarren.
Let's try Vilvarren.
All right.
Give me a second. It was hard to see in the tiny ass window. Studio mode is awesome, but your camera is limited in what you can see. So unless you're like viewing the studio mode on like a really big monitor, you have to squint at the tiny as preview picture to fix cameras.
Oh my.
Eee.
Yeah, it's really cool for fixing stuff while you're in a different scene, but there's no way. At least I haven't figured out a way to bring the preview forward and not be split screen. So that's a thing. I'm not sure if that's an option or whatnot, but we get what we get. Alrighty. So I am not muted. We're back. We're at the circus. Shima is feeling the waning effects of trans-dimensional transport. Basically, you were stricken with a severe bout of motion sickness when you were cattywampused from the Moonstone Hall over to what you think is the raccoon's stronghold. No one asked them where they were. They just knew you were someplace that was surrounded by snow and not much else.
And it had kobolds for workers, and it was the Christmas one shot all over again. But let's
He
put
didn't.
kobolds.
We asked him if he was Santa. I asked him if he was Santa. He just said I'm a raccoon, and I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm a raccoon. He didn't say a raccoon. He didn't say the raccoon. He just said raccoon.
Yeah.
So we can assume that his name is actually Raccoon.
Remember, out of character, the Christmas raccoon is an intelligent creature. He asked him if he was Santa Claus. He answered you truthfully. He is not Santa
That's a
Claus.
good point. Yeah. But I had to ask. It seemed a bit too suspicious.
He is what he is.
I'm raccoon.
Yep. I'm raccoon. So you're in the camp. I'm presuming. Did you deactivate your regalia, Gwenin, before you were teleported, or not?
You're muted. But
You're still muted.
So muted.
Discord muted. There you go.
We got this. No.
No.
No,
So-
I'm still wearing the regalia and
So-
still checking my English to Elvish dictionaries. I'm
So,
sorry.
so some of the circus folk are very enamored with your outfit because it is very comely.
Okay.
Wait, it's very what?
Comely,
It's agreeable.
It's a fancy old English word for sexy.
Oh.
And I mean, this is a circus, so a leotard in a circus. Even uh, it's probably a bit modern for them in a way. compared to what
Yep.
I was wearing, but definitely, definitely a big upgrade.
Yep.
I
So
never got
some,
that compliment.
I mean, well, it's hard to call Shothra comely when she chooses to not use her prestidigitation to clean up the blood and gore on her outfit.
Oh well, that's the diva character. I mean, I could, but
I mean,
it's fun.
it,
It's
it,
more fun that way.
it it's distracting. Let's just put it that
I look threatening. That's what matters.
way. Not to say that Shratha doesn't have her charms. It's just, I, as far as I've seen from your role playing of Shrathra, she doesn't tend to be the flirtatious type. She's more of
Oh,
the rock'em sock'em robot type.
only when she wants to be. She was with the other orc that was taller than her.
Yep.
You were drunk.
Yeah.
Yep. So Gwen is there, I believe. So Kenchel, you're still gonna stay by the campfire. Or are you going to where they took Shima?
Uh, he's just kind of sitting there, knowing full well he was just whisked away to a magical winterland with a bunch of kobolds. And happy for his friends, he will check on Shima.
Okay. Um. So you
I
go
think
find.
Gwennon would do the cleric thing and go with Cantrell also to check on Shima, and then might end up with overwatching what Shathra's doing.
So you go to Shima, and she looks a little, you know, a little green in the gills. Um, she doesn't without having to make a roll, Gwennon. You know that she is not adversely sick. It looks like she is. She looks like she's nauseous.
He's just like hanging over the side of her bed a little bit.
Yeah, she is like
Um,
the way the raccoon travels does not agree very well with Shima.
okay, Gwennon will head off to make her some elderberry tea with honey,
Okay,
which is her
so
go-to cure for everything.
Or we
so
just and then uh,
Weren't we just here, but we were there, but now we're back here?
yep, and Shotha is hightailing it over to Bardolph's uh, cabin, his little
I'm
stable
zooming.
thing. He's outside, just like sitting down in front of it, um, you know, just chilling. He's like he is. He, you think he's like he's exercising. It's like he's limbering up.
Oh.
He's basically doing calisthenics with his Bardolph ball. He's like leaning back on it real big and whatnot, and he's doing all these big bear stretches, which to other people outside of the circus folk looks terrifying because his I mean, he's a full grown bear. So he's huge. He's just claws out, just stretched. You know, making all sorts of groaning, growling sounds as he's stretching. Um, and
He's
he
doing
see,
bear aerobics.
yep, he's doing bear aerobics. and
Butt's hurt.
he sees you, and he like flops onto his butt, and he sits down, and he's like, "Hey, green lady."
Hi, Bardoff. You limbering up there?
Yeah, it's like you never know when you're gonna need to eat something's entrails.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's a good point. Uh, I got something else that you should eat though. And she'll put down the honeycomb in front of him.
And he sniffs it, and he's like, his eyes light up. He's like, honey. Like he says honey, so he knows what it is. And he bites into this thing, and it just explodes in honey all over his face. Like you touch it, and like it felt solid, but it looked like a honeycomb, but with just instead of waxy, it was basically see through with honey, but the honey didn't fall out; it just felt solid.
Oh, that's
See,
cool.
so in your mind, you thought like maybe it'd be crunchy, and it was kind of like the very top layer of the honey was candied, and the honeycomb was filled with honey. And he just like snarfs it down. He just like he's licking his fingers, his paws, and he's just like blah. And he just and there's it seems like there's more honey in that thing than there should have been. Just from the amount of like gluey, glistening mess that's all over his face still. And he just like leans back hard on his on his trailer, and it like rocks a little from him putting his full weight on it. And he's like, "Oh, that was great. You have another one?"
Unfortunately, that was it. But
Man, if you get another one of those, you give Bardoff.
of course,
And he's just like, and he just seems to be like in this sugar high, like just just he imagine, like, I don't know if you've ever partaken of the herb, but imagine if you took like, or if you seen a person that took like a really good hard hit off some good shit. That's how Bardoff is right now. He's just like he's pre comatose from the sugar high.
Just that extra bit of high before he goes boom.
No, no, there's no crash from this.
Oh,
Like
his
it
belly is very happy.
yeah, it's like it you haven't tasted the honey, but just from the look on his face, like he is in a state of euphoria that doesn't seem to have any ill effect. What are you doing?
He's gonna like sit beside him and have Ash sit beside him, and since you
A-
were doing,
Ash curls up into his lap and lays down.
aw, Bardoff, um, I know I could never replace your previous master, but I would love if you would join me and Ash's little family we have going on here. If you would like to be a part of it.
You think Bardoff family?
I do.
It's like, you good green person. and he just like under normal circumstances, it would seem terrifying as this big, gigantic fucking paw goes to pet Ash, but you know, like he totally is like caressing Ash, and it doesn't seem like Ash is in any duress or danger, but outside of like this scenario, like his paw covers like a good third of her body, so yeah, it would seem like if under misconstrued circumstances, it would look like he's about to maul this little dog that's in front of you know that's in front of him, but he's just like he just like petting her. He's like, oh, you good little sister. And like and Ash just wags her tail, and he's like, hmm, uh, uh, Ash. He's like, Green Lady, you good to Bardoff. I miss Master, but uh, if you want to be new Master, Bardoff. Like, and he slaps his chest. He's like, Bardoff, protect new family.
Yes. Yes. That was out of character. uh, I would be honored to be your master.
And he's like, yes. He's like, and then like, he like, it it seems weird, but you have to remember Bardoff is also a trained animal. So he stands up to his like full height, and he bows respectfully because that's part of his old act. So he does things you wouldn't normally expect a bear to do. He's not an intelligent bear, he's just a trained bear. So he knows how to do things normal bears don't know how to do. So he just knows this is a form of respect given, as he was trained by his old master. So he bows to you in a gesture of respect.
Schaffer will get up and bow back.
And then Ash sees you two like doing that, and then Ash like wobbles up onto her hind legs, and I need you to give me a performance roll.
She tries to bow.
She wants to bow. Get +2 with this though. Yeah. Well, that might actually still be good. Let's see. 18.
Yeah, it's like it's a little weak, but she doesn't get the whole hand thing right, but she's able to bend over and not fall on her face. So it seems like something she can maybe sort of do with some more practice, but she kind of gets the idea of what you were doing, and she didn't spaz out when she attempted it.
We'll work on it.
And she barks happily, and it's a bark. It's not like she's saying something. She's just barking happily.
Barking. Yep.
All right,
One more
so
thing. And she's gonna she's gonna pick up the collar, grab the collar out of her bag, and let's try something out.
so do you have the intent to put the collar on Bardolph.
Yes.
So the collar expands to the size of Bardolph's neck.
And she'll put it on him.
All right. When you put it on him, um, you clasp it. There's like a name tag appears,
He's my dad.
and it says Bardolph.
Okay. So do I say the command word to put the barding on him?
Yep.
I have come up with a command word. It is the Orcish word for companion.
All right. So are you saying it out loud? Are you thinking it?
Yep. I'm saying it out loud.
All right. So you say the Orcish word for companion, and then like almost like I'm trying to find the right words to describe how this appears, but it it basically like expands out in like plate, not plate, but like in swaths of um like hard leather. It seems like it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then those. I'm sorry. Goodness, something. Sorry. Ah, there it goes. So in these, so this like leather covering like appears around Bardoth, and then these plates of metal appear as well. Um, and Bardoff looks like he's wearing like um, a cuirass, so it's not like how would I describe a cuirass. So cuirass is armor that protects mostly like the vital points.
Mm-hmm.
So his chest, his back, his upper arms, um, his back and haunch exposing where he can like pivot, but at those pivot points there's like a overplate, like how it would be on, let's say, your hips. So you would, let's say, only have metal covering on your legs but not your pelvis. What
Mm-hmm.
covers your pelvis is like a metallic kind of skirt deal.
Yeah.
So very similar to that. um
He has armor.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, and he's wearing armor. Um, and give me a second because I have to. Ba, 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 ba. This is- Um, so this is definitely a different type of armor under normal circumstances. Um, like you can see runes etched into the armor. the conversations you've had previously with the blacksmith, you talked about doing stuff with like runes and magic, and he tells you basically he can make armor, but he can't make anything that offers any type of magical protection because just that's just not a thing.
Mhm.
Um, so so this this barding you know it seems like it's equivalent to what would be like half plate on
Ooh.
Bardoff. Like he looks like like it would take some shit to to hit him.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh.
Let me see. Let's see. He has he cannot be stealthy at all in this.
Oh yeah. I am, of course not. But if I use the companion, the word, I could it'll take it off of him.
Yep.
Okay. And then I can
Because
use that same word to like swap between the two of them.
no, this is when you say swap between the two of them. What do you mean specifically?
Like send one of them back to the circus is what I meant.
Yeah.
All right.
Uh, Sorry, I'm just trying to get exact numbers.
Yeah, I'm
The
gonna need
circus.
Bardoff's stepladder.
The circus every 6 seconds as we're fighting. What? What?
What?
What?
Bardoff! What? Ash! What? Bardoff again!
Oh no, what's
Now
going on?
you those dinosaurs.
Yeah, well they're still babies.
No, you can't use it willy nilly like that.
Yeah, no, I'm just
No,
saying that
yeah.
would be funny though. Just
Yeah.
confuse the heck out of them.
You can basically transfer a companion um, twice per day,
Okay.
and the counter resets at sunrise.
Okay. Twice per day. Resets. Okay.
So I have to double check. I think there is a. Give me a second. There is a sheet for Bardolph.
Yeah, I mean, I can't be the only one who had this great idea to use Bardoff as a companion.
No, it's baked into the plot. It's just not an easy thing to do.
I did it.
Took you about 2 years.
I know, it was a long grind.
Ah, there he goes. Okay. All right, so cool. So Bardolph, I'm gonna have to adjust the token for you just so it just lists Bardolph's name. Bardolph canonically is a grizzly bear.
Yeah. He's gonna be like Trinket from Critical Role.
Just don't get hit by the white dragon.
Yeah. Oh, that's what they did with Trinket to summon him in combat. They put him in like a An item.
So so normally he has the normal stats of a grizzly bear. um, However, you can. So with animal companions, they have three stages.
Hmm.
Um, they have their cub or you know beginner stage,
Which is where
and then
Ash
they
is at, yeah.
yeah, and then they have their um, God, it's been so long since I played with a companion. Um, there's a middle stage where they are grown, um, and that is where Bardoff is.
So the dinosaurs were at the not even at the cub stage; they're at the baby stage because they just
Yeah,
hatched.
yeah, they cannot be used as companions
Yeah,
because they are newborns.
yeah. I gotta spend some
Okay,
time training them now.
all right.
Now that
So I'm sorry.
my tension.
So yeah, so Ash is what's called a young animal companion. Bardoff is a mature animal companion,
Hmm.
and when you are able to, you will have the ability. Well, when you train him enough, he does well. He doesn't have the option of becoming a nimble animal companion, but he will have the option of becoming a savage animal companion. Um,
Ooh,
but that is
savage.
with levels and training. It's not an automatic thing to do. Um,
Yeah.
I'll give you info on how that all works out. Um, so right now he's mature. Let's see. And he has. Well, I'll have to create an actual token for him with the mature animal companion stats. As it stands right now, you can use him as a normal um, grizzly bear
Hmm.
with the. So he has what is basically large. He has heavy barding for large creatures. So his AC is 22 because his natural AC is 19, so it's plus 3. Um,
Hmm.
he'll have a plus 3 um, dex cap. His barding doesn't increase his positives, his barding decreases his negatives. So his check penalty is a -1 when he's wearing the armor for anything
Hmm.
that would require that. And his speed penalty is a -5. So while Bardoff has his barding on, he can only move um, 30 feet per round, as
And then
opposed
minus
to
one to his checks. Okay.
35.
Okay.
Um, he also has a +5 to his strength. So um, basically, I'm gonna give you the link to Grizzly Bear under Archives of Nethys, and until I can basically work it out as an actual animal companion, because it changes a little bit.
Okay.
Um, but we'll use it as is for now. Um, his damage instead of the +4, because when he's not using the barding, it's the +4. When he is using the barding, it's a +6
Ooh.
to
Okay.
his damage output. His attack rolls, yeah, his attack modifier is the same. This only affects his damage output because the barding enhances his strength.
Cool.
Um,
So plus
he,
6 attack or plus 6 strength?
plus six to strength, but the I'm
Okay.
sorry, plus five to strength, but
Okay.
the plus six is the damage modifier.
Okay.
So under normal circumstances, there's a damage die plus four, while he's barded, it's damage die plus six.
Okay.
That's because of the extra 5 points into his strength.
Cool.
Um, Also, remember that as an animal companion, the most number of actions he can do in a round is two.
Mhm.
He does have a grab ability. If he moves and then attacks, he cannot grab because he will not have an available action for using the grab.
Mhm.
So,
My dream has come true.
and I'm just gonna.
She's making a zoo.
I am. It's gonna be way better than that bitch at circus too.
You've already increased it by 100%. You just gotta keep
Mhm.
going up.
Oh, we're getting there.
So that is grizzly bear
Okay.
natively. Um, Before making changes to animal companion. Um,
Okay.
so in case you want to use them in some sort of combat.
Oh, I am. He's coming with me right now.
Um, the so while he has so is he still barded, right?
Yeah.
So he's like getting used to it, and like he's getting used to like the barding and everything. Um, and there just seems like there's something missing on his barding. Um, and you have an urge to like get on his back.
No fucking way.
Mount, mount, mount.
I can. I get. I. It's, I don't want to like just like hop on him without asking if it's okay.
He's officially a tame. You can do whatever you want.
Bardoff, I'm just gonna. I have. I really need to do this. Can I get on your back?
He's like, yeah.
Okay.
So
Hop on him.
when you make the attempt to get on his back, a saddle and bridle appear on the barding.
I get on.
The Yes, you are saddled into Bardoff while you are mounting Bardoff, and in the saddle you have the mounted combat ability. And only with Bardoff, because Bardoff has the barding that facilitates this feat. So you can attack as normal with Bardoff being mounted, and you can additionally, while mounted, use the charge ability. But that's only while mounted. If you're not
Yeah.
mounted, Bardoff cannot charge.
Okay. Hey, Bardoff. Let's go,
Yeah.
buddy. And we go. Let's go find the rest of the Jane.
Yeah, so
Come on,
so,
Ash.
They're over at my trailer.
so Ash is like, wagging her tail. You guys go speeding off. Like everyone in the circus is gobsmacked because like you're riding and like at first they're like, is that Bardoff? Because they've never seen Bardoff wear anything outside of his little vest thing that he wears when he's doing his circus act.
Gotha is turning heads.
So there's a crowd when you like come screeching to a halt um, in the campfire area with Bardoff.
Meanwhile, I'm in my trailer sipping tea that Brennan has given me.
Yeah, you like you feel better after some tea. The nausea leaves, and you hear this hullabaloo outside of your trailer.
Hmm?
I'm presuming the rest of you are in the trailer with Shima.
Yeah, like seeing that she's like recovering and hearing that, like a moment.
You're gonna hear Shastra screaming, guys, you gotta come out.
Oh, we need to get out of the trailer before she runs
Yeah,
into it.
yeah.
Come
So
on,
Oh,
everybody
I
out.
wouldn't do that, but
I don't trust your driving skills.
so
Okay,
when you
I'm running out of the trailer
so when you step
blindly.
out of the trailer, you see Shothra in her top hat and like axe and her like in her beast tamer's outfit, mounted atop an armored Bardolph.
Shimmer sticks her head out, sees this. Fur goes on the edge and then slowly closes her door as she goes back inside.
Shiva, look.
Shut, Shothra.
Yep. Hi. Look, it's Bardoff.
I can see that. What you doing?
We went for a ride.
Thinks back to all the moments that he's actually just looked at this bear that has been, either off to the side, like almost like a sloth in its movements and not really doing that, and then just having seen it run.
With me riding
There
him.
are gears turning up here right now as a wizard, going, how much faster could I make it to make it a bullet? Hmm.
I'm down for this. We gotta strap a
Um,
rocket to him.
Shothra, what did you do to Bardolph? I mean, not that it's a bad thing, but it doesn't seem like the same bear at all.
You barding the Bardolph.
I did.
Don't go bar crawling like that though.
Oh, where's the fun of that?
It is fun. However, the city does not. We do not want to get kicked out by the city. I'm just saying. A wolf
I
they
mean-
can understand. A bear?
He's like he could be like my horse
just-
home, you know.
I'm just setting expectations.
I'm sure I could convince them that this is just a way I can go home.
This is your ride home.
Yeah. He's my designated bear. Yeah. Yes, I made that.
Why does he sort of look like younger or invigorated or
He looks
I don't
like
know
a beast, like a fighting beast.
I don't know what was in that honeycomb, but he's doing great now.
well, I
Shimmer pops
just
her head out
hope
of her
it
trailer
doesn't
again
wear
and
off.
Shimmer pops her head out of the trailer again and says, You're not bringing that thing with us, are you?
Oh hell yeah, I am. He was doing barrel robots before. Getting ready to he's ready to go.
Bear. All right.
He was like stretching out on his ball. He's ready. He's ready to go back in combat.
Sip. Hmm. Well then.
He's coming with us.
Okay.
Since it seems to be a day for doing crazy and wild things, and since I just had a birthday, and Gwennon sets down her or hands off her teacup to Jathal, and then she's going to walk over and try to find a space where there is absolutely nobody around. She's looking for a space about, good 20 or 30 feet clear where there's nobody around.
Yeah, you can find that
And,
very easily. You're outside.
okay. And she normally has the back harness with all her knives in it. She's gonna pull out her daggers or her daggers, her dagger thing. She's gonna pull out her daggers and start juggling.
You you can juggle 5 daggers as opposed to the 3 you normally could before.
Okay, right.
Um, you feel like you want to juggle your star knife.
Okay, so um I basically am going to flip or switch out one of the daggers for the star knife.
Okay, so you do that, and the other daggers automatically get holstered.
So I'm just juggling one star knife.
Right now, as you toss up the star knife, it like you see this like an after image as it's going up, and
Okay.
as it's coming down, it's now 2 star knives, and you toss it up again, and there's another after image, and there's now 3 star knives, and you do this until it reaches 5 star knives. So they feel real. You're now juggling 5 of the star knives that you have.
Oh.
Sipping intensifies.
Do I feel like I could throw them while I'm doing this?
Yeah.
Okay. Do I see any kind, since it's a circus, do I see any kind of a target around where I could safely aim and throw one of these things? And knowing that they did at one time, or my star knife has the boomerang or the return action on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am going to give that a try.
So you toss it, and it hits the target. Um, and then it just it erupts in like a purple haze, and then as one of your star knives comes down that you're currently juggling, it kind of makes an after image, and you're juggling 5 star knives again.
Can I momentarily take my attention or look to see if anyone else in the group is watching this?
Jathal's watching you, and he's like, "What the fuck was that?"
Watching.
I do it again.
Okay, you do it again. And can I get a performance roll or an attack roll?
Okay, sure. Okay. So that's going to be looking to see what my so that's a plus dex. Okay, so it's a dex roll. Alrighty. So that is an 18.
18 is just good enough. Are you attacking or are you doing a performance?
Well, if it's performance, do I add my performance onto that?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So it would be you want a performance roll with my star knife.
Performance or attack roll.
Okay. So if I do a performance roll, I get to add plus 14 onto that. So actually that's a 29.
Okay. Um, so you hit the target again. It, this, bursts in this, you know, purple haze, and the purple haze. Anyone who has, well, all of you now have one now. So you four see from the purple haze, it goes from purple to golden, and then from the golden haze, these just familiar ribbons of golden energy come flowing into Gwenin. And as it does, and you feel the energy entering your person, the butterfly design on your leotard, the butterflies move within the leotard as if they're flying around.
Oh, so it's like that kind of illusion, like she's got gold camouflage with butterflies flying around on her. Okay, that's pretty neat.
Okay. Um, since I had 5 of them, I'm going to try to do this a total of 6 times.
You only can get through actions within a round.
So
Okay.
one, two, three.
So basically one throw per round.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. But I don't feel that this is being um I don't feel that it's not being replenished. I feel that I could do this for an extended length of time.
When you feel like it takes a number of rounds equal to the number of star knives you throw to recover them. So you only threw one, so the next round, that one comes back. You feel if you throw more than one, it would take more than one round for them to come back.
So basically, if it was a round, I feel that if it was a round of combat, I could throw one, then the next round it would come back to me.
Yes. If
And then
you
the subsequent round after that, I could throw another one.
correct.
Okay. Um, I stop throwing the star knives
When you
or juggling them.
so when you so when you stop juggling them and you catch the star knives, they meld back into one as you do your ending flourish.
Okay. I'm going to sort of twirl the star knife around and look at it, and then reholster it and walk back to the group.
There is a
Bravo.
small round of applause from the people who are looking at you like, you know, this crazy, weird, hallucinogenic outfit you're wearing. Give me a perception roll.
Why couldn't I roll like this last Monday? Um, Lord. Perception, perception, perception. That would be a 32.
Okay. Um, so so you he's trying to hide his stare, but you notice that Jerthal is looking at you lustfully.
Oh. Oh.
Woo. Okay. All right. Glennon will
He,
blush a little bit, and at that point, she actually will flip back. She will quietly think Vilvarin, and she will go back to her cleric robes at that point.
oh, yeah, you do that. He does not notice that you noticed because you rolled so well. And he does not make any um, he doesn't make any overt gestures that he was doing what he was doing.
Oh, this is fun.
So what are you all doing now?
Hammer's getting herself back up and making sure that she's not nauseous anymore.
Yeah, the nausea from the teleportation is gone. You feel good again. Um, you're just you're not sure what it was about that teleportation the raccoon did, but your you did it did not agree with you at all. But you're back to normal, quote unquote. Um,
All right, so what are we doing? Looks at
Back to where we were.
Well.
Well,
Uh, well, um, we're all ready to go back.
well, now's this. We're better equipped now than we were before.
Yep. I have a
and
Well,
bear.
and anyone who was injured is no longer injured.
Oh, that's
so
handy.
hit points are back.
Yep, that is a little extra from the raccoon.
Okay.
Also, on our way back, when we see those guards that are supposed to be guarding the Moonstone entrance, we may want to tell them about the building that has the second entrance.
Didn't I already tell them about that?
No, we were just hanging down in the bottom because
Ah, that's right. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay. I did need to stop by the medical ward anyway.
check on the guy.
Yeah, make sure that he's still alive.
Oh, good point.
Hmm. Otherwise, it's kind of a moot point to worry about the. Make sure that's there, and then if they're not, Worst case scenario. Um, no. Anyway, he'll start making his way to the medical ward in town.
Okay.
I'm 1000% writing Bart off all the way there. And she'll just like before we leave, she'll I tell Ash, she's like, I'm gonna take Bart off. You stay here and keep an eye on your two baby siblings in the where they're keeping dinosaurs.
Like Ash winds a little.
Dinosauria.
The dinosaur. Well, there are two baby pterodons, or I think they were pterodons.
They were two different
Um,
dinosaurs.
There's
Yeah.
one Velociraptor and one
Yeah, one's the
Tyrannosaurus
Velociraptor.
or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, one's the Velociraptor and one's the turtleback thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ankylosaurus?
Yeah, the Ankylosaurus, the
So,
one that's
yeah.
with the big spiky ball on the tail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the armadillo monster.
Yep.
She's a little upset. She doesn't want to leave you, but when you tell her, um, to look after her siblings, um, she's like yeah, she's like yeah, she wags her tail and she heads over into the big tent where they are, and um, she I mean, it's like watching a sheepdog herd sheep.
Yeah. Sure.
They want, well, the pterodactyl more than the other one. The armadillo one kind of just wants to, like, chill and whatnot.
Yeah.
And
The
the
little
the
Velociraptor.
the velociraptor is like all over the place and, like, just terrassing all over the pen.
Is it bad that I vibe with the Ankylosaur right now?
Am I the
Like,
Velociraptor?
just watching this Velociraptor like screaming all around. It's like, this is fine.
Yeah.
I'm the Velociraptor. Can't trust the Praniosaurus or whatever the
It's
hell
like,
it is.
Yeah.
broken the law. We're good.
Hey, you did get drunk with her at one point.
So
Oh.
it takes you guys about an hour to get into town, because remember, you're on the outskirts. So you get in town and the guards stop you because you're riding a bear.
It's trained.
Strange.
Like, they're unsure what to do.
Will it be over?
You're riding a grizzly bear in armor.
In armor.
It'd be a
Into the town. They were like, they were wary of you when you were walking around with the obvious demon-blooded wolf. They didn't say anything because it's still pretty much a pup.
Oh, whatever.
But you're riding this large creature into the town. They're now a little bit more concerned as to your intent in the town. What are you gonna do?
Look,
The guards are like, whoa, 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 whoa. What the fuck is that?
His name is Bardolph. He's a good bear. I'm riding him. If he was a terror bear, do you think I'd be riding him right now?
They're like, I've heard stories about you.
You are in your red dress, by the way, and the top hat.
Yeah, I'm in my regalia. I'm always in that regalia now.
They're like, we gotta call someone to make sure that's okay, because That's not okay. Like they know you're working for the city, but you've now shown up at the front gate riding a bear. The guards are a little bit apprehensive about letting you into the city.
Would you
And
rather me not be riding the bear?
we'd rather you not bring an armored bear into the city.
But he's
Well-
gonna help me.
How about this? How about this? In order to make the bear feel good, let's have the two guards in metal armor join us, and we can be escorted through the city with the bear.
Yeah. Would you rather that?
They are like, we need, no, we can't wait here. And they like they call like some private over, and he comes to the front gate and hoofing it, and he sees the bear and he's like, what the fuck. He's like, the initial reaction to people seeing you riding this bear is shit's gonna go down.
You know me great. You know me great. Have Bardoff wave at him.
Yeah. She'll hop off. Bardoff, give them a little wave.
God. So uh so Bardoff stands his full height and waves his paw at the guards, and then slams down. And
Friendly.
and they're like their weapons are drawn and like aimed at all of you. Like, what the?
What? He gave
No.
you a wave.
He gave you a wave. He's
Come on.
trained.
Yeah, they're like, get the captain. Like,
Ah.
Better yet,
and
better yet, why don't you get the constable?
Yeah, don't get her and
If
make
you're just gonna go up, you might as well go up all the way.
You might as well at this point. You're not gonna freak out over me riding a bear. At least he's trained.
so you guys are waiting at the gate for like, 20 minutes, because the constable's office is a while into the city, and the constable is riding up on her horse, because she doesn't walk around the city because she's constable.
What's the difference?
The difference is a horse as opposed to a bear.
A horse can be violent too.
And she's like,
Look at the Panthers.
she gets to the gate, and she looks at the bear, and then she looks at all of you, and then she's like, do I want to know?
He's my animal companion.
Just
I thought your animal
around.
companion was a weird wolf.
Well, she's at the circus, and now I have a bear. He's trained.
The bear has
circus
been
bear.
with the circus for a while. They were a rescue.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, she has been taking the time in the past few months to train this bear, and has actually succeeded in taming it.
Mm-hmm.
And we might need the extra muscle in order to complete our current mission.
Mm-hmm.
That too.
Yeah. So she just like, she looks at you guys and she's like, oh, what the fuck am I gonna do with you? Like, I need
You
to.
may
I need.
recognize him.
I,
He performed with me in the circus.
no,
He
he
still had
didn't.
the armor on.
He didn't. He did. He perform? He didn't
Uh-huh.
perform during the show, did he?
Yeah, he did.
Hmm?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was the
Oh.
last one where they were like walking on the ball.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
he was
right.
walking on the ball with Ash.
That's right. You got him to do a performance. She's like, you got to give her a persuasion roll,
Oh.
and it's
Better
gonna
than
be
mine.
with disadvantage, because she's
Ah.
like she's just like, like she's like, she's literally without words that you want to bring an armored bear into her city.
Would it feel better if he wasn't armored?
She would feel better if it wasn't a bear.
So it's the bear part, not the
It's the
armor
bear.
part. Got it.
It's the bear part.
The armor just makes her more apprehensive.
Well, that is a nat Kraken with a 9 society. So
You got
29.
It's
you
a
got
it's
two
this
20s?
you got disadvantage.
You got a disadvantage.
Oh, I got a disadvantage. Ah,
Yeah.
fuck. Oh, okay. Well,
You
that's
got a
19.
hero point. You okay?
With the 19, she just barely. She's like, she's like,
Man, that was a waste of a nat Kraken then.
she, you're. If anything in the city happens with this bear, I have enough shit to worry about. There's a fire in the religious district. Just, there's shit I have to deal with.
Fire
You know.
religion.
Well, I'm sorry that this had to take your attention away from the fire in the religious district, but I assure you, he is tame and he is trained.
I,
We will be careful.
she just basically just tells the guards, anything happens, let me know immediately. I got shit to deal with, and she like trots off on her horse. And they let you in the city.
I do back on Bardoff.
Yeah,
Man, people here are just so.
people are freaked out, like as you're like, you know,
We
You know,
swing by the bar, like everybody that's just like, ah.
yeah, yeah. Everyone's like, well, if at the bar, there's initial shock, and then they're like, oh yeah, because it's Shotha. Of course, Shotha's riding a fucking armored bear.
And this is to be expected at this point.
So you guys, are you guys still heading to the medical ward, or are you heading
Yeah,
towards?
Yeah, I think
we'll
that
go to
first.
the medical ward. Shatha, I want you to stand guard outside with Boldor,
Bardoff.
Bardolph,
Boldor.
Bardolph, and just keep an eye out.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So takes you about an hour to get there, a little less. So, the the nurse who is there asks, what can we do for you?
There was a gentleman that was brought here from a rundown house near the old entrance to the moon halls.
Oh, him. Sadly, he has expired.
Ah,
Can we see the body?
Sure.
all right. Please take us to him.
And they take you. They haven't yet interned the body, so he's just wrapped in cloth and whatnot. So you see the body. He's starting to turn, a little blue in the face. Um, he does have some weird. Um, I don't know how you say it, but his veins are very prominent under his skin, and they have like a very deep purple color.
Can I do a medicine check to see if I can ascertain what's going on, possible cause of death?
Yeah, as you start doing it, the nurse tells you that he that The nurse basically tells you that he came in and he OD'd.
Hmm.
Okay.
And roll
But
your medicine check.
okay.
The
Oh
nurse the
boy.
nurse is just telling you what she found.
Okay, I'm
Dice,
going to
dice,
use
dice,
my
dice. Yep.
hero point.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. Okay. That's only a 21.
So with a 21, you have a cursory look at him, and he has all the signs of um, opioid overdose.
Mm.
Okay. I will share that information with Cantrell, um, the
Okay.
nurse.
All right. I am going to let them know that I'm going to use detect magic just to make sure that there's nothing funny. I don't doubt your claim, but I still must check.
Yeah, I mean, the nurse doesn't mind. She's like, if you're investigating his death for whatever reason, and that'll make you feel more at ease, you're more than welcome to.
Right. And with that, a pulse will go out, his eyes will go blue, and he will oversee the entire body.
Nothing on the body is magical.
Okay. Hmm. Just gently rolls it over the corpse, just to make sure.
Um, Nothing is magical, but the body has is starting to develop bed sores.
Bed source. Okay. So rigor mortis is about to set in.
Yep. Um,
Okay.
the based off, give me an intelligence check.
Yeah, because I remember what was going on was I think the 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 cat lady from the other circus, who shall not be named, was the one that
she,
was giving them the opioids.
she
So,
will not be named.
and this is just an intelligence check or a medicine
Yep,
check.
intelligence check. Are you
All right.
trained in medicine?
I don't believe I am. I'm just gonna double check that real quick. I am not. So just an
Yeah,
intelligence.
intelligence check.
Uh, that is gonna be a total of 21 myself.
21. You because you've seen lots of dead bodies before.
Mm.
Um, you can tell this guy, comparing the amount of time between when you put him in the charge of the guards and now, he most likely died almost within at least 2 to 3 hours of you handing him over.
Yeah, he
From
was
How
he was
far?
already close to death's door anyway, but that could be the defining moment in his mind of whether it was foul play or not. But he's gonna let it go for now.
as far
Uh,
as either you or Gwendolyn can tell, there was no foul play.
yeah. He will ask the medical staff. Was there anybody else that may have visited for this man outside of our group here?
Uh, he, um, they tell you, um, the guards that brought him in, um, and then they uh, placed a guard on watch because supposedly he was a witness to something. We don't know. We just overheard the guards talking, um, and the guard who was watching him came to us and reported that he was in duress, and by the time we got to treat him, um, he had already was at the end of
Gotcha.
what was affecting him. Um,
Okay.
our chirurgeons were not able to revive him with the tinctures that we have on site.
Very well. I thank you for your time. Um, that those three guards, did they mention their names for any report?
Um, she says she doesn't know who they are, but if they filed any reports, surely they would be, you know, with the constable.
Very well. Thank you for your time and thank you for trying.
Yep. And they rewrap the body. You know, if you they ask if you know if he has any last of kin, um, we will be interring the body in the morning. Um,
I personally do not. I believe he was part of a house full of despots that were just enjoying the last trip.
so a pauper's grave. Then, oh well. Um, there's still room, thankfully. Well, not so thankfully, but you know what
I
I mean.
understand it. I understand.
Uh,
Gwennon will, when the body is wrapped, Gwennon's going to reach out and put a hand on where his forehead would be, and say a prayer um, to him, on sort of a prayer to Desna, wishing him a safe journey in the afterlife, something along those lines.
give me a religion check.
24.
Okay. Uh, you don't feel anything out of the ordinary. Um, you you basically you use a simple Desnan rite of journey, um,
Yep.
bidding him, safe travels to his next unearthly destination.
And with that, I think we'll take our leave.
Mhm.
Go back outside.
All right, what are you guys doing from here?
What happened?
And he just kind of puts a fist up against like a solid object. The man died.
That's
Damn.
unfortunate.
Yeah, I was hoping to get some information out of him, or at the very least, have him testify against the other circus.
Mhm.
Damn.
Well,
Well,
I don't know. I could always speak on Bardov's behalf to testify against the other
I mean,
circus.
I think we all fit into that boat right now. But
If
for
you want a
now,
summarization, he says he wants to eat their entrails. Right,
looks
Bardolph?
at
And goes down.
looks down at Bardolph's face.
And he just like he's just like like you hear him like damn right eat their entrails, and you guys hear like an angry like roar.
Looks back
And
up at Shatha. I have to start putting y'all on a diet. Good lord.
What? Why do I need
No,
to know what a diet?
because
yeah,
you are what you train.
Oh,
Bardolph does not look. Bardolph looks more invigorated than you've remember ever seeing him before.
And I do not want him falling back into that sinkhole, so diet it is.
He's like he's not like a Winnie the Pooh or a Baloo, like
not
you
anymore.
know, like you would like he seems like you would think like he's way more spry than he used to be.
I don't know what that raccoon put in that honeycomb, but man, it made him Awesome.
I'll take your word for it. Shall we go through the main entrance or go through the house?
I
Maybe
think
we should go
going
through the
through the main,
house.
Which is easier?
well, the main
Honestly,
entrance, the Bardock may be able to fit to the main entrance. I'm not sure about the doorway of the house.
that's what I'm thinking. And you don't
Plus,
want to go back and forth switching
and we
and
got
I
waste
can
also,
only
post.
do it a certain amount of times of switching between him and Ash. So
Exactly. So I think we should be going through the main entrance.
and also we also had to talk to those guards to make sure they know about the house entrance.
They should already know if the report is done. Mm.
We
And
still
those guards work
that's
directly for the constable. So if the constable doesn't even know about it, something's fishy there.
So you guys get to the entrance of the religious district, and you enter, and you remember that the
Place
Moonstone
is on
Hall
fire.
is not very far from the entrance. As you're walking towards the entrance, there are um, bells going off, and um, there is a like like a like a small-ish version of a water silo tank on some sort of like armored looking cart, and there are um, men on either side pulling and pushing what seems to be some type of bellow type action. You're not sure
Oh,
what the
like similar to like the bellows of a smithy.
kinda. It's not. There's no bladder, but it's basically they're because you can't see the inside of it, but they're basically pressurizing this tank to spew water. The house that the opium den is rubble, um, as well as the adjacent house next to it. They were able to put out the fire, well, the majority of the fire before it spread beyond the second house. It's basically a shell, and it's not safe. They have to wait for engineers and masons to come in and actually demo what's left of the frame of the second house. The first house is complete rubble. It's
And
like
there's guards as well in this area, right?
yeah, to keep the people away from getting hurt.
All right. Does there happen to be any guards that are just kind of off to the side talking while the others are,
I mean the
patrolling?
guards. I mean the guards who are keeping posts are are chatting. There's nothing much for them to do except keep the
Watch everyone else,
rabble,
but
yeah, keep the people at a safe distance. And there is a crowd because it's a fire.
yeah. So we're gonna walk up to the main entrance and see the
and
change guard people.
and they're like, "What the fuck?" And it's
We've already talked with the constable. So long as
man,
it's
is
just
everyone
for
gonna have
this,
this
it's fine.
reaction?
it's an
Yes, they are.
armored bear. You have no idea how intimidating of a figure you are right now. You're,
I think I look awesome.
you're you're this partially bloodied orc in like a suit and top hat, an axe, riding a shiny
Oh, the axe
armored
is
bear.
sheathed.
Does she
Yeah,
get an advantage on intimidation rolls with this
God,
whole
I
thing?
hope
I don't
so.
think she would need one at this point.
I could always
yeah.
turn
She
on the
just
demon mask,
is.
but
If
if I had the
people,
demon mask on, then it'd be even worse.
you don't have to have the demon mask on. The demon mask has been absorbed into your
Yeah, I
regalia.
know, but I can turn it on and off.
It
Yeah,
might as well be absorbed into the bear at this point.
nope.
Eh.
All right, so we'll
Make
So
it
explain
up
it.
at
This
so
naturally.
constable's
it
just
takes
like,
you guys a while, but you explain the situation, why she's riding a bear, and they're like, they're like, hey, if the constables, she's like, what is, they're questioning this, they're questioning whether or not the stress of all the recent events have been getting to the constable, because she's allowing you to come into the city riding an armored bear. So
yeah, we're not. Yeah, the difference is, we're the difference is we're not causing stuff like that, and just points at the fire
Yeah.
problem.
they're
Thinking of
like,
which, what
Like,
happened
how did
concerning the
that
fire?
happen?
they're like, it was an opium den. Some druggies lit themselves and the place on fire. You know,
Mm,
Did anyone survive?
uh, two or three. We, they've been taken to the prison.
okay, might want to talk to them later. Um, so we're gonna go back down there, and the bear is coming with, so you won't have to worry too much.
They're like, okay.
Um,
They're very surprised.
and we'll just kind of like come up to one of the guards, and be like, that house was another entrance into this area.
He looks at you and he's like, really?
Just silent nod.
He goes, okay.
And
Well,
we think we know who caused it, but we're trying to be hush about it.
well, he like tells you, well, once the area is cleared, we'll have the Masons look, but
Yeah,
no one's
no,
ever made a report like that before.
well, it leads to one of the towers, but you did not hear this from me until I and my group come back to report to the constable.
All right.
Just keep an
Okay.
extra eye out.
Yeah, if you see somebody amiss other than us, I know that we're a strange group, but just keep an eye. Do not engage. Obviously,
Well,
there.
the building is still smoldering, so no
Like,
one no one is going to be allowed near that place until the fire is completely out, and
uh,
the
I'm just
masons can demolition the other building, so it's safe to actually be in the area without something falling on you.
fair enough. All right, let's get going then.
All right. And with that, let's take our last break for the day.
Hmm.
So, get up, stretch your legs, have a coffee, all that good stuff. And we'll see you guys in like 5-10 minutes. Latest.
we
Yeah,
were
but
able to alleviate some of their stress
And we are
earlier.
back.
Hi.
hello.
Heard about stress relief. Whose stress are you relieving?
The
Mhm.
town, hopefully.
Azrin, I just dropped a couple quick questions with misspelling errors, of course, into our chat here.
Hold on. Oh, you put in the actual chat, not directly to me.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Mm. Command words are for this intent. Um, they're free actions.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Because most most magic items, the activation of them is a free action.
Okay.
The actual things you can do with them will either be a bonus action or a bonus action or a regular action, depending. Okay,
Yep.
so
And there's no limitation on how often I can do that.
activating the regalia, no.
Okay. All right.
Like getting the like the
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 flight,
fly,
yes.
yeah, the flight is limited to 2 times per day.
Yeah, got all that.
um but you can initiate and take it off as need be at will.
Okay.
So you guys get into back into the hall. um you guys can't get to the stairwell you were at without issue. um Give me a perception check, Cantrell.
Is
Perception
it
check.
those? Is it those runes again?
No, something different.
Uh-oh.
Sneaky 7.
7. You don't notice anything.
All right. First thing I want to do though is I want to go to the place to put the diadem on and see if I can
So,
perhaps.
so you don't want to go back to the second floor. You want to go to the pool and try and use the diadem.
First, yeah.
Yes, I want to try that first before we go further.
Okay. So,
Just because we have the knowledge now.
all right. So give me a second. Uh, okay. Hmm. Hmm. Give me a second here. So you get to the pool. So you kneel in front of the pool and you place the diadem on your head and you basically bow in reverence. Um, the pool glows with a blue light. Um, the world around you seems to fade. Um, um, and this is only for you.
Mm.
Um, so, faint reflections appear within the water of the pool. Robed humans kneel in a sun drenched atrium beneath stained glass murals, proclaiming the glorious deeds of their god. Um, Dark blotches form around the images, spreading like ink spilled upon a clean page. As the darkness spreads, the scene changes. A tall, fierce Zulgath with two tentacles waving um, from the back stands before an audience of his kind in the temple's atrium. He bellows, I speak with the voice of Zevgav Zev. Sorry, it's Zev Gav Zeb. Um, and you know he's speaking in their language, but you understand him clearly.
Okay.
Um, and I do his will. Will you join me in this sacred quest for vengeance? A familiar Zolgath with a hefty maul holds his weapon aloft in salute and agreement. A hulking and muscular Zolgath at the front of the crowd nods her head, her mouth twisted into a snarl. A female Zulgath with stone like skin steps forward, raising a hand to indicate the group crowded around her. We are with you. Sarvel ever hunger, she growls. Oh, okay. Sorry. We are with you. And then she states his name, Sarvel Everhunger. She growls. Um, why not take the orbs? A timid voice interrupts. A collective silence falls over the assembled Zulgas, and all eyes turn to the creature that spoke. His eyes dart around the room, and he bows deeply to Sarvel before continuing. Zev Gav Zeb commands fury and violence, but he would be better for, but life would be better for us here below. Why do we not steal the orbs back and remake our home of Vask? Our holy vault is lost to us now, Sarvel proclaims. Most of our people are like you, Veshkak, unimaginative and fallen from their grace of our forebears. You would rebuild a great civilization with your stone tools, fight House Shreen with the brittle spears? Sarvel laughs and shakes his head. No, Veshak, our destiny is tied to destruction, not creation. We must repay the Sun Drinkers for their ancient crime. When the orbs are sundered and the isle made barren, Zev Gavizeb will show us the way. Murmurs of murmurs of assent drift through the mass of Zulgas as the scene fades, replaced by clear water rippling over a bed of pearlescent stone.
Hmm. So they've always been little sheds. Um, Seems clear now that they're doing this through a religious context, but with the zealotry I did not perceive before. Hmm. Does seem familiar, though. Oh. Kind of looks over at the dead bodies, like, right. Well, was the mage from that escaped in that cluster?
It was the female who was speaking.
Okay, with the tentacles coming up,
No,
or
the one with the tentacles coming up is Sarvel.
Sarvel. Okay, so the other one is the one that came up after everyone else.
She's the
Right.
one that said we'll join you.
Right. Okay. Hmm. All right. Okay. Well, if I was that kind of wizard, this would be a lot easier. Just, I have your name now. Die. um,
I know. As you scribble in your death note.
right, right. Um, so he'll just kind of stand up. Well, you know the reason they're here. They're definitely the ones instigating this. The Zolgaths. Seems still have a missing point though. Why is the other circus involved? And I have two of those diadems, correct?
Yes, you do. You have the one that you found on the priest and the
Mm-hmm.
one that you found in the pool after you cleansed it.
Right. I wonder. He'll take out the other diadem and replace it and see if there's a difference in what happens.
So you swap diadems and you have the same vision in this pool.
Okay, so it's based on the location of these pools. Okay. Need to find another one. Need to find another one. Where would another one be?
Um,
Well, you've been to every room on this floor and you have not found another one.
Right.
So
We still have to go
Not
I'll,
back
I'll,
yet.
down.
I'll let you follow the logic bubble for that one.
Gotta go to the next floor. Um, yeah. Uh, the way is clear up until a certain point, I assume.
You can get past the room with the remains of the golem.
Oh,
Okay,
thank
so
goodness.
back into the stairwell.
Yes. And down the
how's
stair.
Bardolph doing with all of this?
I don't know.
Uh,
Let me ask him. Huh, Barda, are you okay down there?
you okay? You can't ride Bart off in here. You
Oh, okay.
can.
Never mind.
He will his because he's like large. He takes up 4 squares.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had a feeling he took up a large.
He's gonna
Sure.
have he's gonna have some difficulty getting into certain places.
Suck it in,
Um,
Bardolph. I believe in you.
Gwennon looks at Shathra. You know, Shathra, I have an idea. I can't do anything about it now, but I think we should ask Zonk if she could make you some shrink potions.
That's a good idea. Maybe then the guards won't freak out when I run him into town.
Oh, I think a little intimidation has
Uh,
its place.
you
But
can,
I'm thinking of smaller spaces.
if you reduce Bardoff down a size category because of your size, you would no longer be able to ride Bardoff because he would go
Fine.
from a large creature to a medium sized creature.
That's fine. That's
Yeah,
only
but we could
temporarily, though.
get him through a doorway
Yeah, I mean he
or a small
there
hallway.
yeah, there are some doorways, like, that trying to go through the door you went into initially to the library, Bardoff is not going to fit.
He can wait outside. Stand guard. Do you want to should we have a Bardoff token put down?
Yeah, there will be one. Let me just.
And you're gonna have to take Ash off.
Yeah.
Yep. So we will move Ash over here. Yeah. And we'll dump our blank. and, and, and and actually, we're gonna do this because
Yeah, I was gonna move myself there too.
Yeah, we know I'm up front.
give me a second.
With me. We're the first defense.
I will be making a new one for specifically for Bardoff, but this is just his placeholder because this is what he is.
Eat.
Yeah.
Big old bear.
Let me see something.
Oh, that's great.
um,
Maybe give you a token of trinket. Just as it does.
okay. Let me switch back over to the map. Yep. So, where are you guys heading? So the east of the T, Bardoff will not be able to fit through the door there.
Jesus, in two other ways.
We've already explored the library.
How about we go straight and see what's over there?
Okay. For some reason, my Control L is not working, so I can't see what is dark and what is not to you guys.
We just have the hallway here. And we see double doors here and a smaller door here. That's it.
Okay. So, where would you guys like to go? West?
We're thinking of going up here.
Okay, is everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. That's locked.
And now that we're sort of out of the public eye and in exploration mode, Gwennon will very quietly say, Bilvarin, and change back into her leotard.
Okay. Okay. Cool. I will give the description. I just need to turn something off on my stove because I hear it bubbling. 2 shakes.
All right. Hello, everybody.
I've been working on getting this bear for years, and I'm so deeply satisfied.
Not only do you have the bear, you have armor for him.
Yeah, like, I mean, just to get the
Oh.
bear, but to get barding with a saddle yet is pretty fabulous.
Mhm.
Big upgrade.
Yep.
Worth the wait.
Alrighty. So you are able to enter this room without issue. It is not locked, so give me a second.
Did Shimma get a chance to open the door before Shasta knocked it down?
Or at least put an ear to it to see
Or-
if there's anything
or-
on the other side.
It's
know what's
actually
gonna-
it's actually an open hallway.
Oh, there
You
we
know
go.
what's gonna make it worse though with my opening door problem?
Yes.
Bardock gets to help me. So this just fuels like the door kicking to an insane level.
Okay. There is a. Let's move the map. Okay.
Okay, we know Bardock's not gonna fit through there.
Nope, he sure won't.
The small door, no. He will not fit in that. Let me just move the map. Cool. There we go. So is gonna go here. They need to move the Thal.
Since Bardock can't fit through there, Shimmer's gonna check the door, listen, see if there's anything on the other side before trying to open it.
Let me see.
$27 on a perception check.
You don't hear anything in there.
All right, she's gonna start cracking it open a little bit if it can open.
Yeah, it's not locked.
All right, I open it and take a look inside.
Okay, give me a second. So,
Uh-oh.
oh,
Oops.
oh, there it goes.
Oh,
Oh,
we lost our dessert.
I thought I would be the one having that issue.
we'll give him a second.
Looks like it lost all connection.
Is there something happening on the East Coast?
Not that I'm aware of.
Not that I'm aware of.
As far as I was aware, it's just the smoke you guys are getting from Canada.
And where I'm at, it's not even that all that bad. So
Oh,
Oh,
he lost
he lost
power.
power.
Oh, you know what? Then let's do this since it's after 4:30. Let's call it early, because we don't know how long that'll take for them to restore power in the area. So,
and we're not in combat or anything. So
and we're not in
Yeah.
combat and anything. You're in inspiration, so this is a good spot to this is a good spot to break. So, thanks everyone who was watching now, or watching in the VOD. Um, this is we are Wayward Wanderers. This is not the only show that we have. Every other Saturday, we have our sister show, Withered Waste, which is a post-apocalyptic clusterfuck. Um, for a better word. On Mondays, we have our Tricorn Isles, which is it's a pirate adventure that is full of tentacles and cannons.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that sums it up about right. Tentacles and cannons. Yeah,
and yeah, a lot of interactions with hags and in strange ways and all sorts of
yeah.
things.
It's the trip. And then on Tuesdays we have our longest running show, Destiny Forged, um, which is uh, we're about to do some dumb shit, but that's par for us. And then there is another show in the works. I do not know how far along they are progressed, and if they're going to do a session zero casting or not. So just be aware that there is another show in the works for a regular weekly schedule slot. Um, we also have our two seasonal adventures, which is Darkness in Darvasta and Sonata. There is movement in Sonata. We're hoping to have that for you guys um, sometime between fall and winter. I want to say safely. I'm hoping more fall than winter, but again, that depends on HB Fox's schedule and availability. I know he's doing some rewrites um, on Sonata this upcoming season. He was apparently inspired and did a whole bunch of shit. So that's either going to be amazing or scary or both. Um, and you can catch us on YouTube, YouTube/Behold Roleplay, and on our Twitter page. All of our links for our different sites and things are there. And thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you in 2 Saturdays. Peace out.
Bye.